Underrated. Reruns. I watch the same shows over and over again. When people suggest a new show, it sucks 1 out of 10 times. 1 out of 10? Don't you mean 9 out of 10? 1 out of 10 times. Okay, well, I'd rather enjoy Seinfeld or Cheers than try and get into an 8-part miniseries about some dipshit who started a company. They take liberties, and you're better off watching a documentary anyway. Anyways, he actually wrote the sentence, they take liberties and you're better off watching a documentary anyways, how I say it. The people who flip out about the flavor of the week shows are like seagulls at the beach just eating whatever is in front of them. Don't call me old and disgruntled. I'm 34. What shows do you rewatch? That's a great question. I've tapped out of most new shows. Although my wife watched one the other night that looked cool about this chef who has a reoccurring nightmare about a bear. And I was just, just the way it's shot and just going, oh my God, how much fucking time did that take? And the acting is incredible. Not to mention the lead sort of looks like an amalgam of Sean Penn and Sylvester Stallone, two of my favorite movie stars of all time. So I'm all in. What shows do I rewatch? I actually go back and I rewatch shit that I missed when I was younger, because it was before it came on after my bedtime. So I've watched everything from The Untouchables, Peter Gunn, 77 Sunset Strip. I watched a bunch of Adam 12s and Emergencies. I watched those when I was a kid, but most of the time I was told I had to go to bed. What I really wish would come back, if I could find it, was The $6 Million Man. I've said for years, one of the great episodes up until that moment in time was when the $6 Million Man fought the $7 Million Man, which really fits into what I was talking about in the future, where robots are going to be racist. I cost more money, I'm better than you, right? And I just remember he punched the guy's face off. And it was funny, too, when the face came off, it just looked, because like his face moved. I was obviously a real actor, so it was all like, you can just grab somebody's face and, grab their cheek. Look at Joe, right? When the fucking thing landed, it was clearly just like plastic. And then behind him was like, just like the eyeballs and all these wires and shit. And it was making all this crazy shit. And it was like, that was graphic for what the fuck you saw. There was no internet. And then the $7 Million Man came running at him. And the genius of it was, because they were supposed to be super fast, that they filmed it in slow motion. So you bought everything. And Lee Majors picked up like a fucking steel girder or a pipe that just happened to be laying there. And as the $7 Million Man came at him, he just fucking impaled him on it. There's the one where he fought Bigfoot, played by the late, great Andre the Giant. I mean, just all shit like that is stuff that I would go back and rewatch. But then there's the other ones. I'm really partial to all of those shows that are like Cops and Gumshoes, Private Investigators. There was a million of them. Like, Telly Savalas, Robert Urich. I liked all of those, all of those shows. Procedural shows were great back then, too. They weren't so fucking serious, It's just like a bunch of guys just sitting around giving each other shit, and then they'd go out and they'd fucking kill people every episode. Like I remember Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., the amount of time, or Peter Gunn in particular, the amount of times that he walked into a room and someone was behind the door and smacked him on the head and knocked him out. The guy was just out fucking cold every single fucking episode. I mean, it should have, he probably was one of the first. I already talked about this shit. Those are the shows that I watch. I would like to watch, when I get a little more free time, once I get on the other side of this movie, I would like to watch some Kojaks. And then just, I like the ones from the 60s, because I like in early 70s, because I like the cars. And I just loved, like, what a big deal the hero of the show, like the car that they drove, was so fucking important. And they had to have like a badass car. Even if they had like a four-door sedan like Steve McGarrett, played by the late great Jack Lord on Hawaii Five-0. I forget what he had. I'm bad with the Chrysler stuff. He had some sort of Chrysler. It was a four-door. in like the first year of it too, because they kept updating it. But remember Eflin Zimbalist Jr. I think he kept driving Thunderbirds throughout 77 Sunset Strip, and it was like a big fucking deal. Like I love the Fall Guy, Lee Majors again, when he had that Chevy Silverado, that black and gold one was the shit. All right, Jack Lord Carr, Hawaii 5-0. Let's see, what did he drive? He drove a Mercury. Oh, my fault. It was a Lincoln Ford Mercury. A Mercury Marquis. Brougham. He had a 74. Let's see here. That was such a sweet fucking car. Oh, do they have the actual one? How the fuck do you prove that that's the actual one? It really blows my mind how that shit works. Yeah, I was like more into that type of shit, but I'd say if I had to go back and just watch shit from my childhood, I would watch Welcome Back, Kotter. I would watch WKRP in Cincinnati. Barney Miller. Fish, the spinoff. The Jeffersons. All in the Family. Sanford and Son. I mean, Sanford and Son is just, to this day, just the writing on that was just fucking unbelievable. Oh, my God, my eyes are going. I just saw a thing. I thought it said Led Zeppelin attacked at New York event. And it actually said Representative Lee Zeldin. I thought Lee Zeldin said Led Zeppelin. That's not too far off, is it? Opinion, is Joe Biden sinking? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I would say, I wouldn't, anybody who's going to be president right now is going to fucking sink. When you stick $20 trillion into the fucking economy. No, it's not. It's because he's got a blue tie. Oh, no, it isn't. If Trump was in there, it'd be even worse. Jesus Christ. All right. Anyway, with that is the podcast for this week. I'm still watching the Red Sox. I'm still going to hang in there. I love the dog days of summer. And I want to thank everybody in Montreal that's going to come out to my show. You're going to get a fucking great show. I can tell you that right now. There's certain times, sometimes I wonder. Other times I know. This time I know it's going to be, it's going to be a great time. And I don't know. I'll get to, try out my French when I'm up there in French Canada, even though that they have more a different accent up there. I'll see how it works. So that's it. Everybody go fuck yourselves. And I will check in on you on Thursday. All righty? Okay. Thank you very much.